All right. Good morning or good afternoon, everyone. Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining our webinar for Project Mesquite START. I am Eureka Soy, joined by Gabriela Munoz, and we are both grants and service managers for Arts Foundation for Tucson and Southern Arizona. Let's go. Please take a moment right now for us to share your name in the chat, your preferred pronouns, and where you are joining us from if you'd like, so we can get acquainted. I can start first. I am Eureka. I'm representing Arts Foundation for Tucson and Southern Arizona, and I use she, her pronouns, and I'm joining you today from Tucson, Arizona, on unceded Tohono O'odham land. I also want to learn about more of your artistic discipline, so I'd love to know if you would want to put it in the chat. Our agenda today will be learning more about our START program. We'll go through our eligibility, application overview, so what's in the application, review criteria, which is really important of what the panel will be looking at for all these applications, our technical assistance that's available, and last, we'll stop recording and have questions. So what is Project Mesquite START? The funding purpose for START is to provide two tracks of support. One is the community track that provides financial support to individuals and groups for projects that will positively impact the community through an artistic endeavor. And the artist development track provides financial support for creatives for whom a specific practice-related capital resource or professional development experience will make a big impact on their artistic practice. The application deadline is as follows. Currently, we are in the application period, and this will close the midnight of Thursday, March 23rd, followed by a review period, and we anticipate having a notification and award material available May 1st, but of course that might change due to volume. So that's our estimated date. The funding period, however, won't change. It'll be activities starting June 1st to June 1st of this year to June 1st of 2024. So everything that you do for this project will take place between those two dates. We'll close out your grant by issuing a final report. So you'll be letting us know what you did with the grant fund and what impact you made. So that is how you'll close out with us next year. So what are the eligible expenses, which is what can you purchase with a grant? START is pretty comprehensive. It will include any project-related expenses, including supplies, artist fees, honorarium, and contractors that you might have. And we really emphasize artist fees to pay yourself for the work that you're conducting for this project. So who is eligible for START? We have quite a few eligibility requirements. Applicants must be a working artist, so that's an individual or group in any arts and culture discipline or a 501c organization of any sector. Applicants must currently reside within the city of Tucson, city of South Tucson, Pima County, Pasquayaqui Reservation, and the Tohono O'odham Nation. And this is specifically within the city limits of Tucson, since this is our funder directives. Grantees will be required to complete a W-9 and be responsible for financial reporting on this grant. You'll also be required to submit a brief final report 30 days after the end of your funding period. And as I said earlier, the funding activities must take place between June 1st of 2023 and June 1st of 2024. And you can only apply for one project. Now we'll go through what the application comprises. So we have 6 sections. The first is making sure that you are eligible for this opportunity. The second is the applicant profile. Third, artistic practice. The fourth section is the submission materials. Fifth is our demographic data, which is optional to complete. And sixth is disclosures and signatures. Since the 1 through 3 and 5 and 6 are very self-explanatory, we'll be going a little deeper into the submission materials, which is comprised of four sections: the narrative questions, work samples, professional resume, bio, and the budget. So we have narrative questions to get to know more of the project that you will be working on, and that it'll help the panelists really get a full scope of your project and how you're thinking about the impact. So we have two separate questions for each track. I'll go through the community track first and then the artistic development track. So the community impact track, the first question is introduce yourself or your group. Second is describe the arts and culture project that you're proposing. 3, explain your capacity to successfully complete the proposal. 4th is discuss the intended impact of the project that will have on your community. Be sure to define your community. For the artistic development track, we want you to, again, introduce yourself or your group, describe what you need the funds for. 3, explain how this opportunity relates to your artistic practice. And 4th, discuss the intended impact of the project will have on this stage of your career. You can submit the answers to these questions in either written submission or video submission in either Spanish or English. And for each of the modes of submission, 750 words is the maximum for all the questions, or 4 minutes in length in total. We want to emphasize that we are not looking for high quality videos. You can just flip on the webcam on your phone, record on Zoom. We really are solely focusing on the content and not the production. The next section that you'll submit is your professional resume or bio. You'll be asked to upload a document or provide a link to either. We do not care which one you provide us. Whatever is easy for you and have on hand is great with us. This will help panelists get more context of where you're coming from in your artistic practice and the experience that you might have. Third is the work samples, and this is your opportunity to showcase the skills, finished products that you might have and the experience you have in your field. You'll be able to enter a description for your work samples in the work sample description box, and this is the formatting guide. We purposefully make this easy for the panelists to go through the application material, so we ask that you stay within the work format guideline. And I know there's a diverse disciplines represented here, so feel free to either stick with one mode, which might be audio, video, images, or written text, or feel free to combine these materials in terms of your work samples. The budget, yes, so this is where you'll provide an itemized breakdown of your project-related expenses and indicate what your request amount is. And this is for us in the panel to see what you're going to be spending your money on and get a good sense of the scope of the project. And how to apply, great. So we have 2 modes of application. One is the online portal through Submittable, or you can, we have call-in applications available for those who have limited broadband access. And this will look like scheduling a call with us to go through the narrative questions, and we'll help you build your application together over the phone. And I'd like to take this moment to go through the submittable process, if that's okay. I'm going to close this and then open our start page. Okay. So I hope you're familiar. I know you're familiar with this, but this is our start landing page. And you will be able to access the application by going to view guidelines. And then you can either click apply here or apply here. Let's see what it takes you here. So you'll be directed to our Arts Foundation splash page, and you'll see all of our opportunities that we have live right now, including some public art, our open studio tours, but you will want to find the START grant application, which is here. And when you click on it, you'll be directed to go to this page, and you can start your application by filling out your basics. And now you'll start with your city and age. This is all of the eligibility questions. And after you do that, you press next, and you'll be, if you're eligible, the entire application will be available. Well, I'm going to go back to my presentation. Okay. Oops. All right. Back in it. Now we'll go through the review criteria in which the panel will be assessing your application. So Arts Foundation has a participatory review process in which community members are nominated and trained to review and score the applications. Materials will be assessed based on eligibility, completeness, and clarity based on the published review criteria. Panel recommendations will then be submitted to the Arts Foundation's Board of Directors for formal approval and authorization. Staff members are not involved in the selection process, so we are 100% on your side and your advocates through this process, because we have no control over who gets granted. The following is the review criteria, the published review criteria. The first is potential impact, which is the project's potential to enhance visibility, appreciation, and or professional development of an artist or community is clear. Potential for project to create positive social, personal, or professional change is evident, thoughtful, and deliberate. Second review criteria is capacity. Capacity to successfully complete the project is shown through past experience, related projects, or appropriate work samples. Applicant has a reasonable budget for scope of project. Correlation. Applicant demonstrates an appropriate correlation between their proposal and artistic trajectory or development, either for themselves or for their community. Art and culture component is evident and central in the proposal. So every application that the panel has, they will be reviewing for just these three components. Now, technical assistance. We provide technical assistance to increase the accessibility of our grants to a wider community. This technical assistance will be available starting tomorrow to March 17th. So please book your, if you're interested, you'll be able to book between those times. And these are the services that we have available. Our first one is individual technical assistance, including a conversation of intent to apply for 15 minutes. So if you want us to sit with you for 15 minutes, we can talk about what your opportunity that you're thinking of might be for the proposed project, and flesh out some of the how you should be thinking about the grant narrative questions. Grant coaching is applicants receive a review of a draft application, and this is a great option for people who have a rough draft that they want to send in to us. The last is the call-in application for those who may not have the access to technology or broadband internet. We are able to take your application through the phone. And that will conclude our presentation for now. And I am going to stop recording and take Q&A. One moment. Where's stop recording?